Bear down, Chicago Bear fans. Let's talk about this right here. That was the most pathetic display of offensive play calling and offensive line play that I have ever seen. They averaged 1 yard a play, the second lowest in the history of NFL football in the Super Bowl era, with the Detroit Lions being number one. Playing an entire NFL game, only averaging 1 yard a play, and the fact that they still have their job today, that is mind blowing. That is failing at such a level that he should have been fired after the game immediately. So, the offensive play calling, Matt Nagy, what is he thinking? I don't know what he's thinking. He obviously has his own idea of what he wants to see happen. He doesn't care who his personnel is. He just wants to run his plays, and that's a terrible coach. A good coach takes a look at his roster and says, my offensive line sucks. I have a young quarterback. Let me design plays that will best help Justin and help my pathetic offensive line. That's what a good coach would do. But not Matt Nagy. He doesn't know what good plays are. He doesn't know how to use his personnel. Instead, he calls his terrible plays. Then he has a press conference telling you he's going to watch film and make it all better. But this is the same old story each week, each season. It's not going to get better. If Matt Nagy had any kind of brain left, he would hand over the play calling to Bill Lazor, and let's see what happens with that. But Matt Nagy should not be calling offensive plays, period. Look at this: 6 out of 20, 68 yards, just nothing. 3 yards a carry, just no blocking. The receivers couldn't get open because there was no time to get open. This was beyond pathetic. Look, this was an NFL game. You will never see numbers like this again. One passing yard because of all the sacks. One passing yard. 46 rushing yards. 1 yard of play. 47 total yards. 6 first down. 1 out of 11 on third down. 42 total plays. 9 sacks allowed. 7 punts. This is the most pathetic display of offense that I can ever remember. The play calling, you couldn't have done worse. The offensive line couldn't have been worse. You need a good coach who can look at that pathetic offensive line and design plays that will help them. A head coach who can take Justin Fields and who can best use him in the situation that the Bears are in. Look no further than the Baltimore Ravens. If Lamar Jackson if he had Matt Nagy as his coach, Lamar Jackson would probably be out of the NFL due to injuries. He would be a nobody because Matt Nagy cannot have come up with a game plan to fit his roster. So that's why when you look around the NFL, you have to give credit to a lot of coaches that can take their roster and design their offense around that. But Matt Nagy can't do that. Matt Nagy, he's a nice guy. He's a He wants to keep the team together. That's great. But when it comes to offensive play calling, he's terrible. And the fact he won't admit it and he won't do anything about it tells you he's a bad coach. So do the right thing, Chicago Bears. Fire Matt Nagy because this is a fireable offense. Look at these numbers. This is equivalent to you showing up to your job completely drunk, completely high, setting your place on fire, and then stealing all the money or whatever the merchandise is or whatever before you set it on fire. That is what that is equivalent to. This is a fireable offense. These numbers are unreal. I'm not exaggerating. Any one of us could have played in that game yesterday and could have achieved 1 yard passing. We could have achieved 1 yard of play. We could have ran the ball for 46 yards. That's pathetic. So I'm expecting to hear Matt Nagy being fired. I really do. I think this is too much. This is beyond embarrassing. So I'm expecting him to be fired this week. I really am. Um, I'm hopeful. So this is probably definitely the most pathetic game the Chicago Bears have played in my lifetime. I can remember off the top of my head. This is unbelievable. 1 yard passing, 1 yard of play. That is if you would have told somebody that, they wouldn't have believed you. If you would have told somebody that, they would have they wouldn't even laugh at you. They would. It's so stupid. They wouldn't even say anything to you. So this is pathetic. So yeah. What more can you say? So fire Matt Nagy, get a capable head coach who can produce with the talent he has, and my gosh, get that offensive line solved. It's pathetic. All right, bear down. It's going to be a long season.